And what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Mighty Monday Meltdown. I only hope that you can hear me clearly on YouTube for all my people that logs in on YouTube, right? I want to make sure. Last week, I went through some technical difficulties trying to work and engineer everything, right? You get all this equipment and you have to suffer trying to figure it all out. So I hope everything is working properly. I got to look over every now and then to make sure that everything is working okay. And when I found last week's feed, it had an echo in it. So I had both microphones on at the same time. So when I spoke to one microphone, the other one picked it up and it echoed. So it was an echo. So I had to delete it quick. Take the one down that I normally do on Facebook, break it down, decode it. Then I had to switch it over, upload it just to get it there. Here's my point. I come into you guys' life for a reason. You can call it a season, but ask yourself, how many seasons is it in the world? We taught, right? We're taught there's 4 seasons, right? And with those 4 seasons, one of those seasons is fall. One of them is spring. The other one is summer. The other one is winter. We are in the winter season right now. Some people in their life, they don't know exactly where they stand at in their life because some people done went through so much, right? Well, I continue to go through things. I recognize I treat you just like I treat myself. I wanted to be one of the most authentic, organic type transformation coach. I believe you can't help me transform until you identify with where I'm at right now. Some people don't know your name. They don't know how many kids you have, right? You have not connected to them. There's no relationship. For all the people that's in the Invisible Crown Army, you know this. You know that if there's not no relationship, there'll be no communication. Without no communication, there'll be no transformation. So some people are still the same individual that they was 5, 10, 15 years ago. Just because you got gray hair in your beard or in your mustache or in your hair, right? Just because you dyeing it out with Beijing and all those things. Let's be clear. Your body is aging, but what we talking about? We're talking about your inner being, your inner self, right? Right now, I'm here to open up this feed line, this broadcast. We broadcasting live on YouTube. Our station is Adonis Johnson, and also on Facebook Live platform. But where we're streaming from? We're streaming from the midst of our situation. Where's our bodies located at right now? Well, this feed is broadcasting straight out the heart of Chicago. I am a product of Chicago. I'm grateful to be a part of Chicago. I'm grateful to be built by Chicago. Most importantly, I'm great to understand Chicago. Chicago is an amazing place. I feel that sometimes we don't get the right recognition that we need, that we rightfully deserve. But then on the flip side to that, I love how they portray Chicago to be, because we are violent. We're very violent when we don't understand why we're not moving forward, why our children is not prospering, why our community is not getting funded. Before you can go outwardly, let's go ahead and journey on inwardly right now. Where your school, what school you went to, right? The location, the area you went to. Some of the people we screwed up and jacked up because some of the people we actually dated. We let people in our lives. We had crazy cousins. We had people that didn't operate to a nice beat, a nice frequency, right? Why the music? The music is here only to help channel us through right now. Well, why these glasses on? Let me go and get to that right now. I recognize that this is the battlefield right now. This is the battlefield. That battlefield is called life. Whose life? Your life. Not just your life, but also my life too. Because if I'm going to get down here with you, then I got to see what you see. You got to see what I see. You got to recognize if I get killed out here, then guess what? I got killed for a good cause. That's enough to come down here and experience a change right now. The only way to get in to make something happen is you got to get in it right now. You cannot be way at the top trying to tell me how to run something right here. You can't show up in my life in 2 days or 2 minutes and think you know my whole story. That's the problem with some of us. Some people can get you out. Some people is your help, and you don't want to kill the help. Why you don't want to kill the help? Because the help was sent by the God that you was praying to right now. Why I say the God that you was praying to? Because each and every individual comes on this feed line because we reside in different places. Some people are very educated. Some people are financially structured, right? Some people are emotionally balanced, right? But some people are too up from the core, right? That's the ones people cast judgment on. Even myself, right? It's sometimes I feel like people have thrown rocks at me, and at the same time, I didn't throw the rocks back. I actually kept the rocks. I didn't know what I was holding on to. Just like you, there's value in what people said about you. And I want to go find that value, because that value is where some of your hidden potential went off track at. You got hidden potential inside of you. You got everything you need to help you get to the next level. And I'm here to help make sure that thing take place. What's going on? My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I'm your transformation coach. I'm stationed straight in Chicago, the heart of Chicago. I beat to another beat, and that beat is a Chicago type frequency right now. I'm the author of the book, I Am My Life Coach. If you in your best place, we got to go ahead and load up for this mission right now. We got to begin to unlearn some of the things that we learned, and we then going to relearn, right, in this hack cap. Some people go to the gym. You just started your new year, so I'm here to empower the women right now. I want to empower you to see yourself on the other side. The other side of what? Your other side of your promise right now. You are visionaries right now, but the only way this thing gonna happen, you're gonna have to see it before it happens. Begin with the end in mind. Well, that's why I told you to open up your mind. Close your eyes. Your eyes only see what is supposed to see. But if you use the vision that you was given, the things that you wanted to see happen for yourself, then that can be your reality. If you see it, then it's available. It's available to who? It's available to you right now. The only one that can use your ability, the only one that can use your gift is you right now. So what's hindering you? Well, some of the things that's hindering you is keeping you from moving forward. It could be your friends. It could be your family. It could be your communication. It could be the fact that you can't hold a secret. You tell all your business. It might not even be you. It might be the one next to you. You keep confining into them. And when you tell them something, they go tell somebody else what it is you told them. Do not tell no one, right? Your life done became an episode, a season, a series. Your life belongs literally on Netflix right now, based on some of the things you got going on in your life right now, right? So we have to channel all this. We got to move all these things back. But the only way we can move them back, we have to have a moment. What's that moment called? That moment is called self-realization, right? Self-realization. And that's just when you being honest with who you are right now. So guess what? Let's find out what was planted right now. Let's move back. Let's find out what was planted right now. Let's move the pills back. Let's peel this thing back, peel the skin back, right? Let's crack this thing open. Let's get down to the root of the situation. What's troubling you right now? What's on your mind right now? What frustrates you? Let's just be honest. Some people, I'm not frustrated. Yes, she is. You frustrate yourself because you by yourself. You can't blame nobody. And some people need to be by themselves, because by themselves, they can deal with themselves. See, some people are hazardous to others, and you need to be on lockdown. This is the moment right now where I'm asking you to get in a good place, get in a good position right now, right? Because we got a vision right now. That vision is your vision. The only way that vision going to manifest, we got to first ground ourselves to manifest what? To manifest who you should have been all the time right now. Yes, you see yourself rich with understanding, right? Rich spiritually, rich financially, right? It's okay, right? Everybody trying to sell something. Everybody trying to sell a program. Well, guess what? Before we install another program, let's take the time to uninstall some of the program. Let's uninstall the definition of what we think a relationship is, right? Let's uninstall friendship, uninstall what a teacher is. Let's uninstall what a student is. Let's remove all titles of what an uncle and a brother and a sister is. Let's just start over from scratch, right? The world is in a different place right now. The laws is changing right now. Everything is changing. The way people go and worship your God, they God, right? It done changed. Everything done changed right before your eyes. Now my question is, what are you going to do to help do your part in this change? What role you gonna play in this game called life? Whose life? Your life. What we doing? We in a timeout right now. This timeout is when we call a timeout on titles. We call a timeout on people. We even call a timeout on ourselves. This is only the one chance you get to make some readjustments right now. Why do it happen on Monday? Because Monday is all about you. Monday is when your reality really kicks in right now. It's really not Sunday for you. For some of us, it's Monday. Monday, oh man, this week, we got to try to journey through the week that's what ahead of us right now. So I come on, we stream live on YouTube. We stream live on Facebook. This is your mental exercise right now, and we working our mind. What do I mean by working our mind, right? Sometimes when I'm in the classroom, I speak the exact same way. What's going on, everybody? This is Coach AJ, your transformation coach. I speak the same way when I'm talking to your daughters and your sons. And what I do, I ask them, tell me what the opposite is. The opposite of up is down. The opposite of right is left. The opposite of fast is slow, right? Would you be surprised if I say, what's the opposite of broke? How many people say rich? The opposite of broke is fixed. We don't serve a God that sent something here broke. And if we are brokenhearted, if we're broken financially, if we're broken emotionally, then we got to go back to the manufacturer. We got to go back to the manufacturer. And I'm here to help make sure that you get there in one piece so that they can fix the things that were broke down along the way, right? Some people, we have entered into situations, we have got ourselves in business deals, legal deals, relationships. Some of the little stuff we got trapped in was actually verbally, right? Verbal contracts. We literally said, I'll give you my all. And we was trying to give an all to a person that we didn't even have all to even give. But if you gave this much, then that really was your all, right? What's going on, you guys? Man, I feel empowered. What's going on, everybody? This is Mighty Monday Meltdown. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I'm your transformation coach. I'm also the author of a book called I Am My Life Coach. It's based on self-affirmation. It deals with self-empowerment. It deals with self-manifestation, self-realization, self-worth, self-love. If you don't know your worth, then how can somebody else treat you accordingly, right? Some of us, people can't appraise us. People can't put the value on us, right? People can't find the warranty that goes with us because we don't even know how we got in some of the situations and some of the places that we are in. It's almost like having it all, having the bells and the whistle, right? You know, like an Amazon package, and somebody ship you and send you to the wrong address. And do you go take that present or take that gift? The honorable person probably would, you know, hey, hello, hi, how are you? They brought your package to my house, you know, like 8 miles down, and I wanted to return it back to you. And they said, oh, you're so nice. But in some areas, we would have loved for somebody to return us back to somebody that would have been good with our heart. Send me, you know, good and well, right? This relationship, this family I'm in, God, this family I'm sitting in right now, this family does not help me develop at all. This family do not grow me. This family do not contribute to me, right? It gives me totally the opposite, right? The opposite of what I'm looking for, right? I want to be experiencing happiness, but right now I got to be honest. I'm experiencing everything but that. I'm tapping into every sense that goes with this body, called anger, called frustration, right? Called confusion, called loneliness, right? Called betrayal. People are triggering things in you that you didn't even know existed, right? But I'm here to let you understand something. Those people have hijacked you. They hijacked your mind. They hijacked your heart. For you know it, they done hijacked your body. For you know it, they done hijacked your financial capital. This ain't just no boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. This stuff goes into the institution. This stuff goes into the schools. This stuff goes into them church buildings. This stuff goes into people's family. They hijack you and make you feel like you're supposed to be contributing to something that you never contribute to. What do I mean by contribute to? Who wrote the rules to this stuff? Who wrote the book on love? Who wrote how things should operate? I get the Bible, and we're going to get to the Bible. There's a point inside of this segment where I will do something called flipping the script, but let's go ahead and have a recap. I'm here to empower and I'm challenged right now. I'm challenged to do something that I've never done. And I need you guys to help me, work with me as I work with you. Why? Because I'm taking on an area in my life to see if I'm even capable of doing something. And that's empowering women, giving them that power, giving them that rights in hope that they might can make better the choices and decisions for who? For themselves right now. I get the man is the leader, but guess what? Before we get to the man, you got to lead whatever it is that you've been called to lead. And I'm here to let you understand it's the area that you are in right now. Even your position is always being tested. Who is it being tested by? It's being tested by people like you. It's being tested by people with faith, just as well as people without faith. It's getting tested by people that's jealous. and it's getting tested by people that's not jealous. And guess what? This can cause confusion because on one side, I got a good friend that I barely know. But on another side, I got another friend that I have known for 20 something years and I can't call on her for anything. But when I tell her my business, it seems like my life goes straight down. Some people, you got to watch how you market yourself. That's what we talked about. Let's go, you guys. I Am My Life Coach is you manifesting yourself in present. But before I get to the end, because we have to begin with the end in mind, by the time you get off this feed, I look for you to be walking away saying, I am my life coach. That's your power right now. I was gifted with this gift to bring this gift back into the world in hope that those people that will join me in this invisible crown army. Well, why is it called invisible crown? Because there's some royalty in this thing here. There's some royalty. Don't you get it? Somebody said somebody go before you, prepare a table for you, right? Prepare a table for you. They go before you, make a room, find a room so you can get in that room. When you get there, this is that room right now. I don't know why you're here. I don't know who sent you here, but the fact that you're here, don't you walk out of here, right? Because you need something. You need a time out. You need a plug in. You need a turn off. This is your turn off. We so busy trying to turn up. Some people need to be turned off. We need to change the channel. Change the channel on how you looking at other people. Change the channel on how you looking at your finance. Change the channel on how you looking at yourself. Last week, recap. Last week, you guys, we talked about somebody that was chosen. Her name was Ruth, right? We talked about Ruth. And with Ruth, what was interesting that we learned about Ruth was a Moabite, right? And for those people that don't know, God was up against the Moabites. He didn't really like the Moabites. And I encourage you to view that story a little bit more. But Ruth was a Moabite, and she was always in the wilderness. I like to call the Moabites and where they lived at the wilderness, right? Now you got the kingdom, right? You got the kingdom and you got outside the kingdom. Well, a famine went down inside of the kingdom. And for those people that are Bible readers and things like that, because I have very spiritual people on this feed line. So if I'm saying something, you guys, y'all don't type it on the screen. Just, hit me after this. But what I want to say to you is that when a famine hit, right, Naomi decided to take her family and leave. Like, look, ain't nothing happening here. Didn't God tell you that he was going to shake both sides? He was going to shake heaven and earth. You see, some people are in heavenly places, but soon as the shaking came, you question where you was at. You started getting nervous. Oh my God, did I do something wrong? He said, I wanted to make sure you understand that, hey, you're not perfect while you're here on this earth. I still want you to make sure that when something happens and breaks out in your life, the first thing you do is say, did I do something wrong, God? Some people, they always blame everybody else. I know some of you got these people in your family. Some of these people is camped around you where every time something is wrong, they always blame somebody else. But when things is right, they want the credit for it, right? Where if it's not you, I understand. But I have to expose this. This is how we get free. Remember I said you got to pull back things. Some people, you can go forward and you can go further. But if you don't disable the things that got a hold on you, meaning you got to look down. There's some stuff that's holding your feet, that's keeping you from moving forward. You saw your vision and where you're going, you see where you're going, but it seemed like it's in reach, but something got a hold on you. Look down. What have the hold on you is some of the things that's going on around you, some of the stuff that even came out your mouth, right? So she decided she gonna take her husband, her children, which was her sons, and they gonna go outside the kingdom. Now listen to this. When they get outside the kingdom, the sons marry outside the kingdom. They supposed to marry in the kingdom. But see, somehow they frown out about a little club out here. Somehow they frown out where it's popping at. Somehow they frown out looking, oh, it'll be popping over here, right? They be going down, right? That's you get where I'm going. So they left. They found these Moabite women, right? And they was out there doing what they do. The Moabites making it happen out in the wilderness, out at some of your favorite clubs, out at some of your favorite spots. The food is good. Some of you, you are a sucker for food. Like the food, I heard the food and the music, man, right? So you leave your heavenly place. You leave your diet. You leave your goals. You leave your New Year resolution, right? You leave everything and you go travel and say, I love that catfish. Let me get some good catfish. They got greens and now they cook like your grandmama cooked, right? Because it's always somebody that can shut down somebody, right? They even got a soul food restaurant in Atlanta, and this place is called the Grandma Mafias, right? And I heard that the chicken is down south, everything, and it's called Grandma Mafias. So now they got the grandmas gang banging in the kitchen now. So the kitchen is filled with older senior citizens, and they cooking these meals. T.I.'s wife, she's the owner of the restaurant, so it's the Grandma Mafias. Anyway, that was a nice plug. Y'all tell her to get back at me for that one. Anyway, she takes her family. Let me move the story. She takes her family and she leaves out here. Her sons and them get married. See, they was brought up the proper way. But you can be in the wrong place. How many of you have the right understanding, but you keep trying to make it happen in the wrong place? Come on, y'all. Let's get honest with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. Get honest, be honest, don't matter. But some way, somehow, you're going to have to talk to yourself like you talk to your friends. Talk to yourself like you talk to your family members. Talk to yourself when somebody cut you off. Have that type of voice, right? And talk to yourself. Let's be honest, right? And they get out here and they marry and the man dies. Naomi, husband dies. Her two sons dies that she gave birth to. And the ladies that she connected with, they was already sisters. So the only one that was new out here was actually Naomi. I like Naomi because Naomi was in a foreign place with people that knew each other, but they did not know her. I came in a place for her. And as people know in the story, when somebody asked her, hey, call her Naomi, she said, don't call me Naomi, call me Mara, right? Because I'm bitter. God has dealt with me. I left for. That means she was for when she left from her kingdom places. The phantom was going on. She had everything she needed. She mounted up like this. She out here now, going with her family. They out here making it happen, right? And at the end of the day, connected with the wrong people. And they connected with the wrong people. And what happens when you connect with the wrong people? Well, last week I expressed to you and I showed you how as a girl, you actually has to grow into a woman. Once you get to be a woman, then you have to trigger something called womanhood, right? And for men, it's almost like adulthood, but guess what? That goes with the womanhood too. So that's something called womanhood. That's something called adulthood. And if you end up having a child with somebody, that's something called parenthood. These is things that you need to activate. Once you get there, you see your body can mature, and it can mature to the point where it can have a baby. But the question is, are you mature enough to raise a baby? Well, some of us, let's be honest, our parents, I don't think they was mature enough to raise us, right? Because they couldn't see the future. They did the best they could. And if they grounded us, then that was so valuable. For some of us, our value is in our value system. Your belief system is really what dictates who you are. Your belief system is what creates your life. And what creates your life is based on your belief system. If you don't believe, nothing gonna happen to you. If you don't believe that, hey, I can just do this and get out, get in, get out, then guess what? You done already lost this race, right? So check the setup. She gets out here, the husband dies. She has this one-on-one with these Moabite women. She finds out, she gets the word, right? Deliverance come from hearing. Nobody came out here to give her this word. When she walked out here, didn't nobody follow her? Stop right there. That's a leader. For some of you, you are leading and yourself into a dark place, but you better know when to turn around. It's like having a cordless telephone, right? Back in the day, we used to have a cordless telephone. And if you start talking on it and walk maybe a half a block, well, we had cheap ones from the wig store, right? Wig store was like from the place on the corner, and you couldn't walk a half a block, right? It wasn't Sony. It was a no brand, right? And you only can walk maybe a few steps, and that static could kick in. And guess what? You could be talking, thinking you talking, but the static kicks in, they can't hear you. So somebody on the other end saying, turn back around, go back to the base, right? So you got to turn back, like what? Turn back around, go back to the base. So you turn back around. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Every step you start taking back in the right direction, it brings the signal back in. Come on, y'all. Listen, didn't nobody come out here to get Naomi. She heard a signal. And when she got that signal, because nobody is left behind. Come on, lady, let's empower. Remember, womanhood, you grow up into womanhood, adulthood, parenthood, right? Listen to this. When you get here, God changes you into a wife. Not no man. God changes you into a wife, your position. Okay, some people are not feeling me right now. Some people can't articulate what I'm saying because I sound like I'm saying God and spiritual. I get the beginning part, but right now I'm not understanding. You're losing me. Well, guess what? If I'm losing you, hold on for 1 second. Let me just tell you something. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I am a mental health advocate. I was brought back for this particular reason right here. I was sent back to start an organization, to start a nonprofit group to raise up a leadership army out of the Midwest of Chicago called the Invisible Crowns. Well, what is the invisible crown? The invisible crown is people that have supernatural gifts operating in the natural realm. That means we strong for no reason. Chicagoans can always pinpoint something. They always like, so what you saying? So what happened? So what? Yeah. So what you mean? We talk in codes. We could decode stuff, and a person ain't even saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that. A person could say, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So and so. And be like, yeah. So what they do? Well, you already know. I knew they was going to do that. And that's called, you can decode stuff before it even happened. Chicagoans can do this, right? So I had to come here and I had to regulate. Listen, we the Invisible Crown Army, y'all. Get in formation. I'm the general right now. I'm on the battlefield with you right now. But I came back to deliver a message, and that message I will deliver. And that message is a message to the world that I am my life coach, not yours. That means self-manifestation. I can stop worrying about what you think about me. It's really what I think about you. You'll be amazed at some of the things you will see when you look at somebody else. But they sitting here got the nerves to try to judge you. Why is they judging you? Because once you find the value in you, then somebody wants you. You see, you can sit here and spot something. As soon as you spot what you spot, people gonna go to what it is you looking at, because obviously they see something about what it is you want, right? And that goes on a lot, especially with women. You run your mouth to your girls or your family members. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. They be like, what? Believe what? Believe what? And we're like, girl, that smile told it all. What that smile mean? That smile mean you found a hidden treasure. You found a hidden treasure that ain't hidden no more. Because the moment you start telling your business, that treasure is finna be snatched. And that treasure is finna be taken by the bandits. Who is the bandits? The bandits is the spirit of jealousy, the spirit of envy, right? These is bandits. So let's be clear. When you see something, that's called value. The only thing you have not seen is yourself. But today you're going to see yourself. How are you going to see yourself? You're going to see yourself better than you ever saw yourself before. How do I know this? Because I was sit back to teach this particular lesson. Can't nobody teach it like I can teach it. Why? Because I had to experience it. When I experienced it, I became intimate with it, right? So listen, I can't talk or go no further till I open myself up. And when I open myself up, it allows some people to connect to me and me to connect to some people. Well, what do I need in order to pull this little trick off, this little thing off? I need my relationship. Well, what relationship is you talking about, AJ? My relationship with my creator. I go to my creator, and my creator helped me create the conversation for you and hope that it would jumpstart you and move you. So in this time out, God, I ask that you will fill me up right now. Come on down to this huddle right now. I got a whole army that's ready to enlist right now. Enlist into today right now. Tomorrow holds nothing but the future. And the only way we going to have to make this happen is we got to be charged up by you, God. We got to make sure that you give us what we need so we could be successful in this mission right now. There's so many different things that hinder us from time to time. There's so many things that prohibit us from moving forward. But we asking right now with you, can you come down, help us, revive us, refresh us, renew us, restore us so that we can operate better right now? We're broken in some areas right now. People have lied to us, and most importantly, we have lied to ourselves. We lended our ears, we lended our time, we continue to even lend our eyes to things that's just not healthy. We corrupted the program. We corrupted the program. We polluted ourselves right now. We polluted ourselves with toxic environments, and we don't function like we should be functioning right now. Actually, God, some of us, we done disconnected ourselves from you. You have suspended our service because you wanted us to come back to you. And right now we coming back the way we are, but we got all type of error codes right now. We got relationships that's malfunctioning right now. We got other type of situations we stuck in right now. We got bills we got to give an account to. The money ain't adding up. It's because we can't process the proper way. When we hit one number, it seems like instead of adding, instead of multiplying, everything is subtracting right now. We paying for people to even come and talk to you on our behalf. That's called a sin offering, God. So we recognize now that we can come to you for ourselves. We thank you that you're restoring our relationship. You bringing us back to a clear understanding with you by grounding ourselves in realization, self-realization. You are actually allowing us to tap back in. You're giving us something called self-control. You're allowing us to control this narrative of our future right now. And we're grateful that you are doing a sweep right now. You sweeping out anything that's going on in our mind right now, in our mental right now. You are understanding any doubt, any self-doubt, any self-sabotage. What am I saying? Self-sabotage has sabotaged us more than anything else because we can go further. But if we don't think we can, then we can't. And God, we recognize that's not from you, that's from us. Our ability to sit here and base things off of what we have is while we living in low bottom places right now. But we thank you that when we do recognize that you love us more than we love ourselves, you provide for us more than we provide for ourselves. You continue to give us the things that we need. If we wasn't thirsty, then we didn't know that you could be that water. If we wasn't scared, we didn't know you can be our security. If we wasn't hungry, we didn't know that you could provide the food. So we're grateful that you are the water and you are the thirst. You making sure that we give just as much as we take. And for that right there, we give you glory. We thank you, God. We're glorying in you because we was created by you. Well, what created us? Circumstances created us. Situations created us. Trial and error created us. Now that we had to take an alternate route, now that we wasn't prepared to go into things maturely, we walked in immaturely, and we got the results of being undeveloped, God. We was undeveloped because some of the teachers that was teaching us, because some of the parents that was parenting us, because some of the locations that we was dropped in, it was called a drop point. And in those drop point, it actually was a danger zone. But you still kept us, God. You kept us. You kept us. You kept us. You kept us. And today we're going to keep you now. We're going to keep you on the front line. We're going to keep you walking with us. We're going to keep you on the forefront of all things that we are about to do in this thing called life right now. As we continue to move right now, as we continue to shift right now. Some people might drift, but God, we asking that you drift with them this time. Some people, as we are growing up right now, as you developing us right now, as you purging us right now, as you going deeper inside of us, you taking us inside of us with you. And we're grateful that we going to places we never seen before. Gray areas, no areas, restricted areas, dangerous areas. And that's where we have to begin the work. So God, we thank you that you're pointing us to it right now. I thank you that you're allowing people to connect to me right now. I thank you that these words is not falling on deaf ears because God, you already activated their ears so they can hear. You activated their eyes so they can see. You activated the vision so they can see themselves again. You activating their heart because they open to new understanding. They open to a teaching that they never been taught before. These are the most rebellious. We are the most rebellious. But God, we recognize that the fight is done. We done fighting with you. But if you mount us back up, if you strengthen us again, we'll go back out. It doesn't make sense to bark at people when we ain't and not bite them. So God, give us the strength to go out here with confidence of I am my life coach. Not worrying about what somebody else think. Self-confidence, gaining strength because God, you authorized us to be who it is you created us to be. And the world seemed fit to have us there. Don't let our own self-sabotage and our own self-doubt take us from there, God. Block it, seal it for your name's sake. And we'll give you total honor and total praise. I'll pray for it. I'll do it in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. I had to do that. That's my relationship. I don't know what your relationship is, but you need one. Whatever relationship that is, that's going to assist you, help you be better. then just be better. Because the world is in need of you, and you have to find other individuals that can add on to you to complete this picture. Okay, so let's move forward now. We're getting up out the recap, right? So I got to close out though with that particular part. So Naomi, right? Remember Ruth, the sisters, one left, right? Girl, you finna leave, right? You finna leave us. She said, look, peace out. I'm not going into a new area. The new area is called your transformation. So one sister said, I like the way things go. I like the fact that I can have anybody I want. Yes, you can have anybody you want over here based on what they see and based on what you see. The problem is people gonna see you, but you can't see nobody qualified enough to be with you. Why? Because the creator that created you, right, he put it in your heart. But somehow you keep using your eyes to like what you like, and that's what keeps making you choose people that don't have it, right? I know you ain't gonna get that part, but you'll get it another time. So listen, she went back. Ruth said to Naomi, I'll go where you go. If you die, I'm dying too. But you gotta die first. Listen, sometimes you gotta die to your old ways in order to get to the new ways. That's really what I'm saying. You have to have the self-realization moment where you recognize some of the things that was installed in your mental. You still operate off of this old software, right? And we have to uninstall this, because I'm gonna show you something. Uninstalling some of this stuff, but some of the stuff you better keep, right? Some of you got survival skills, right? You got survival skills, and you don't know what's gonna happen, because remember, Naomi left because she didn't have the ability to look at the land and say, man, this land is fruitful. Even though there's a famine, we gonna have us some surf sandwiches. We gonna make us some spam. I'm going over here and we gonna get some greens popping. I'm pulling these leaves down. She didn't have that creativity over there. That's what I believe. I believe she didn't. She was so doing it the right way that when she got out here in the wilderness, and people in the wilderness, y'all know, we know how to take cable. We knew how to get clothes off of. This is me being honest, you guys. Me taking clothes off of clotheslines when I was little. Hey, I grew up in a corrupt community, right? It was low budget. And hey, I had to go shopping on people's clothesline. I had to go to the beach. And when people was in the beach and they went swimming, right? If you was that rich to leave your shoes there, I took them shoes. Soon as you went in that water, I was snatching them shoes. Give me them shoes. Give me them shoes. Because guess what? I didn't sell the shoes. I actually was wearing the shoes. Some of the shoes were so little that I'm talking about I had to squeeze in these shoes. Then sometimes the shoes were super big, and I had to wear these shoes. But at the same time, it was better than the shoes I had that had the hole in them, right? But if you got it that much money where you can go swimming, right, and leave your possessions, then I felt like that was available to me at that time. That was good. So anyway, you guys, what ends up happening, right? What ends up happening is Ruth ended up going with Naomi, and they went into the kingdom. I just want to go because I got to get to this new story for you guys. I got somebody else that's up. I want to break down for you real quick, right? Let me look at the time check. We doing good. So listen, now everybody that's in love with Ruth, you must understand something. When Ruth got in, everybody liked the Ruth and Boaz story. Boaz, she met her Boaz. She did not meet her Boaz. Let's be clear about this. Her Boaz met her, okay? Because listen to this. She went to Naomi. Naomi was older. Some of you have to go to somebody older than you that can do something that you have not done. Remember, they in a new land. Ruth never been in here. She was out in the jungle. Naomi, she comes from this land, so she knows everybody. She knows how it works. She knows how everything happened. So guess who plot up a plan? Ruth. Ruth said, man, I see that field. She said, listen. Naomi said, listen, hold up. Wait, you can't go over there now. That's my brother-in-law field, and that's where he worked. She said, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let them work. And when they done after the end of the night, I'm going to go over there and rake it up. That's what she said. I'm going to get the bits, the pennies, pick it up, right? Rake it up, right? That's what she did. Pay for, right? And when Boaz came out, he like, who is that? Right? Because she was out there raking it up. She was out there making it happen, right? New area. For those that can get it. She in a new area doing things that she know how to do. But these people in this area never seen it like this. They never seen it like this. And he said, man, where did you get this from? Where did you get these moves from? And she was over there raking it up. And so Naomi had to check her and say, listen, when you go with Joe Boaz, don't you go jumping trying to do what you did out there, because you're going to kill a good man. You take your time and you understand what royalty is about, because this man is respectful. You see, sometimes you got to let people be who they are and stop trying to suffocate them and get them to conform to your ways. Your little ways will mess up their whole future. And that was a problem for a lot of people, because even as a man myself, I know God gave me the ability to build and create. I know he gave me the ability to serve the purpose I was created for. Here's a little footnote for all those that got their little pens and pencils. Remember, when Adam was created, by who? By the creator, right? He stepped back and said, that's good. But he didn't get no partner. But it was other people already out there doing what they do. Anyway, they was already out there. So you don't know who's chosen, but they have to go through this process. And Adam was able to name everything. He named the fish. He named the bird. He named everything, right? Because it was serving its purpose. The bird, remember, the bird was created to fly, so the bird flies. The fish was created to swim, so the fish swim, right? When God saw he wasn't meant to be by himself, God put him to sleep more so. So a man can't tell a woman how to be a woman, but a man has to grow into the point to know what a woman looks like and what she's capable of. So in this scenario, right, that I'm creating, Adam named the woman. So when you have this fight with other counterparts that looks like you, remember, a man named the woman. And so some of you look at your mother because she was married to her husband who said, that's my wife because she's a woman, right? So a man of God had to create him, that means he has to go out and he has to look at the way the setup, look at your IG page, look at your Facebook, look at the way you communicate, look at your short temper, look at you frustrated because you can't figure out something, look at how you put limitations on what you can do, look at how you just do what you do and don't put no thoughts to what you say. A man will be able to see this. God will be able to see this. And at a point in time, those things will be changed. And God will change you into the wife. So when he find that somehow somebody done changed this setup, then he knows that this right here that I'm looking at, God had to create this. Because based on where I'm from, no matter where the A, Chicago South Side, Chicago West Side, Chicago North Side, Chicago East Side, they don't create them like this. The community could not create this. It created what they doing. So we understand the language that goes with what the community created. God didn't create this community. The community created this behavior that went against God's creation. So I'm just saying we need to get back to the creation. There's some things you still gonna learn that you learned before. You just learn when to do. Rake it up. You just know when to rake it up. You know, and then some people know when to pay for a good service, right? Like at a restaurant. See? So you guys, let me go on the journey you before I get in trouble because I'm just milking that. Let's go. This is when I call flipping the script, right? I want to empower women by being the only man on the panel. But I got the spirit. The spirit helps me to want to help people that want to help themselves. That's really what it's all about. I could tell you about money. I can go, it's millions of fees. Get money. That's going to change your life. That will destroy the life you think you want. It will destroy it. Me, myself, I was already successful, but I recognize what's the use of having everything and you lose your soul. You lose the one that was with you from the beginning. The one, and some people want to forget about their past, but your past is it plays a very unique role in the purpose of your past. Everybody want to act like they was always up here. Everybody want to act bougie. Everybody want to act like they had it all together. Everybody want to act like, just because your body and you looking good. Girl, I was 2 years ago, I saw you, you know what I'm saying, with your clothes off. You know what I mean? I seen the marks and I done seen this, right? I'm not going to honor you for what your choices are. What I will honor is what God tells us to honor, and that's your attitude. And some of us, we have lost that value. That value is human capital. Right now, we under human era. So that's the whole purpose of this Mighty Monday Meltdown today. It's in hope that I can shed the light on something different, using the recap, using me flipping the script, right? Because I'm about them results at the end of the day, right? Remember, begin with the end in mind. It's about the results. You show me the results. I'll tell you how smart you are. I'll tell you, what it is that you have accomplished. I can look at your ideas a little bit better. Some of us, we got the best ideas, but we are around the wrong people. And it's never going to take root, right? So let's go and get in this scripture. It's going to be a quick one. It's about Delilah. So today I'm choosing Delilah. She's my choice of topic today. And I'm in Judges 16, right? And there was this guy named Samson. And Samson really reminded me of an old me because I used to have these long dreadlocks. And I used to come through swinging them, right? And people mess me up. Oh, he looked like Samson. Oh, he look. And then some people be like, this is my little Jesus, right? Because of the look, not because of the attitude, not because of the spirit, all because of the look. Don't let your eyes hypnotize you. Don't let your eyes compromise your vision. Don't let your eyes tranquilize you and make you where you're not able to go forward in your purpose, right? Make sure you got them words. Them is huge words right there. So we going to Delilah, right? Judges 16, let's go. I'm going to go quick. One day Samson, right, went down to Gaza where he saw a prostitute. Stop right there. This is not about men. But I will let you understand something for some of you that wants to know a little bit more about men. He saw a good time. That was it. He was not in love with this, right? So some people, relationship went upside down because they was like, but, how could y'all do this? And I'm trying to let you understand, ladies, you can't put too much thought into something that took no thought. This Bible went straight in on the first sentence and just said, he spent the night with her. Bible tells it like it is, right? It says the people of Gaza was told Samson is here. So they surrounded the place and laid in wait for him all night at the city gate. Remember, the city gate is the older people, right? Older people that has a problem with the new way of doing things. I believe I'm part of the new way. I'm part of getting you out of corruption, getting you out of a cult, getting you out of the stuff that you done pledged your little self to that messed up your whole future. Now you stuck in a job, you stuck in a relationship, you stuck in a place, and you still knowing I'm supposed to be over here, but you've been sold into slavery without even knowing it. So there's some new people that comes to free you, right? Free you. So even in scriptures, God talks about the prophets that spoke about these things to come. I was one of the things I believed that was supposed to come at a time as now. Eventually, as time passed, I will be considered like one of these little prophets that has good insight, talking about who God gonna send, and he gonna send somebody else, and then it just keep going on and on and on. So you in the right place at the right time, and we about to take this mission. So let's go ahead and go forward with this thing, right? So Samson, right? Samson, where you at? So Samson, powerful man of God, got the spirit of God on him. He's sitting here, he with a prostitute. They already trying to surround him. Listen what the sermon to do, right? It says they surrounded the place ready to kill him. They made no moves during the night, saying at dawn, we gonna kill him. You see, ladies, men, we have a whole nother battle going on. We have a whole nother war going on. Our war is not with you. It's the one who created us for a war. He has us on the battlefield. We trying to secure the land. Unfortunately, foolishness kick in. So I'm going to show you how it kicks in. They surrounded, said we're going to kill him. But Samson laid there only until the middle of the night. You see, they was going to wait the whole night, kill him in the morning. Something woke him up and said, get up out of here tonight. So he got up out that bad place. That means a person can be restored. That means God can change your situation like this. One minute you land in a bad place, next minute you up back on the battlefield right now. And that's what I look to do for us right now. One minute you in a bad place drifting, next minute your eyes back open like, hey, listen, I don't think this is it right now. Let's just hold still for a second, right? Watch what happened. Then he got up, took hold of the door of the city, and what he do? He sit here and tore it loose, right? He lifted above his shoulders, carried it, and he just threw it like, y'all can't stop a mighty man of God. That's basically what I see him saying, right? But that's what he said to the men. Y'all can't stop a mighty man of God. I am my life coach. Who you think you talking to, right? But when a woman get on that, that's the only thing that changes everything. That's the only thing. A woman is the only thing that changes everything. So let's find out what happened, right? So you know how I had the pleasure to meet Michelle Williams, right? This weekend. We kicked it. We had a great time. And she the one that says, I want a soldier. Where he at? You know, I want a soldier. You know, he gotta be hood if you know what I mean, right? Where my soldiers? And everybody be like, where they at, right? Some of you, come on now, let's be honest. Self-realization. You like them brown skin, whatever skin, little cut, little rip, Timberland boots, right? You like a little thug in them, little thug life, little Tupac, just a little something, not too much, right? You don't like them too flamboyant, too flabio, but you do like them how you like them, right? That's how you had them. If you don't want to, you might don't like them like that now. You might like them in a business suit now. But let's go back to the old you, and let's look at your roster, right? You like them a little tough, you know what I'm saying? A little tough, little what? You know, okay. You like them to, you know, they feel like they got to let it be known, right? So back to Michelle Williams, right? She liked it, the Samson guy. But let's keep in mind, David, first battle, let's talk about David, the one that had God's own heart, right? Remember, look at my heart. You see, I love God. See me, look at my heart. His first battle was with Goliath. Goliath was a soldier. Remember, they was on the battlefield. Goliath was this big buff guy. Buff, you know, I don't know, like Tyson, right? Tyson, you know, chinky eyes, big buff guy. You know how you ladies like them back in your younger, let's just say in your 20s, right? Your 30s, right? So he was the Goliath, right? Like, you know, like this, right? And ladies like him like that. So I want you to get the setup though. He and Goliath was the woofer. Man, this is my girl, bro. What's up? This is my, you know, ladies. Oh, he's so protective of me. You know, I want to feel secure with him. You know, and hey, what's up with dude? No, I ain't saying nothing to him. You know, I like that. That's security to not a woman, but somebody, right? That's security to a little girl, I guess I would say that, right? Girlfriends. Because, you know, women somehow go down to girlfriends and they just happen to be around. They be like, girl, look how he embrace her. Look at how he look at her in her eye, right? Like, I wish you would, right? So the Philistine, Goliath, was a soldier, right? He was a soldier who gonna take up for me, right? Gotta be, where they at, right? You know the song, right? A soldier. Make sure you set his speed too. So I wanted to paint that picture. Now I want to let you understand the setup. We back in Judges 16. But Samson just told him, I just slept with a prostitute. Well, I was with a prostitute. I don't know what they did. I wasn't there. So I ain't going to hell for that. I wasn't there. I don't know what they did. right? Maybe she just didn't have no value in knowing self who she was yet. And that's considered to be a prostitute because she just rolled with anybody. He rolled up, stayed the night, whatever. Listen to this. Sometimes later, right, he fell in love with a woman in the valley of Sarek, whose name was Delilah. Stop. A woman, you get that? He fell in love with a woman, and now she got a name. He saw her. I told you, a man that finds it. He was a man of God already. His wife actually passed. After his wife, he was with a nobody, because the nobody was called a prostitute, right? But the nobody could have been transformed into somebody, but unfortunately, the people had to jump on him, so he had to leave early. So she didn't get a transformation. Now he goes out here and see this woman, her name Delilah, right? The ruler of the Philistines went to her and said, stop right there. How is it that the Philistines went to Delilah? She already had the hookup with the soldiers. She was already out there. Some of your brothers and cousins and friends now, they running the streets. They running these communities right now, right? It's like, I call my cousin on him. Hey, listen, this is my brother. Don't say nothing. You know, pick me up at the corner. He protected for me. You ain't tell me your brother running the whole area, right? What am I saying? They are like little lords and little kings and stuff, you know, like king this and king that and all these different kings. And then you got somebody coming over here like, I just wanted to meet you. You know, I love Jesus. You know, I love God, right? And you got these soldiers, right? So they come, listen to this, the Philistine. Remember, Goliath was a Philistine. Who is Delilah talking to? The same person that was on the side of Goliath's them people, right? In the wilderness. He went and said, see if you can lure him into showing you the secrets of his strength. Stop. What was his strength? His strength was maturity. Enough to know better, right? His strength was knowing who he was every time. Listen, I ain't stuck in nothing. Didn't I just lay down in a prostitute house and just walk right out like, look, this girl, she ain't no. But when I saw this woman who had the capabilities of being something amazing, I fell in love with who she is. She just didn't know who I am, because if she knew who I was, then she'd know I was sent for her. You and me together, we can be something amazing. But she's sitting here listening to the soldiers, and they're like, man, find out where the power is at, right? So listen to this. You find out where the secrets is at of his great strength, and how we, you get that? The soldiers, how we can stick him up, how we can rob him, right? Let's get him in to our club. You know, y'all bottle service girls and whatever, and they bring them in. Come on, they gonna pop by. They got a section, all that stuff, right? Because you bought this, because you brought some money. So this is why the women get in free. Ladies, you get in free, but make sure, because you gonna bring the guys out, right? And then we gonna slaughter them when they get in here. So watch what happens. Some of you, again, let's go out to dinner. Let's go eat. Okay. This is a man of God. Man, we can't go to Chicago Cut. We can't go to the steakhouse. We can't go to Gino's. I mean, we can't go to Maestro. And like, you paying for this or am I paying for this? I thought we was just going to have some conversation. No, see, you trying to get me to support the rich environment. And we don't make one dime from what we spend right there. We could sit here and do it ourselves. But then if you cook it, then now you thinking I got to honor you for cooking it, which I will honor you. I buy the little groceries. That's cool. But at the same time, let's be clear. We made an arrangement in that moment. That's not meant to be a consistent. Because at the end of the day, now I owe you now, and you feel like I'm obligated to what it is you done sit here and invested in. I can't sell my soul like that, right? Listen to the setup, and I'm done. Here's the setup. And we're going to do him. Each one of us. Here go the soldiers. These the doughboys. These is the people with the money. These is the dreadlocks. These is the diamond chains. These is the, I'm not saying all rapper, but these are your rap guys. These is the people, right? Here they come. We going to give you 1,100 shekels of silver a piece, each one of us. That means I know I can't beat them by myself, but I'm going to have every one of my people from my crew. She made a deal with the enemy already, and she got the man of God at her house. Now listen to this. So Delilah said to Samson, tell me the secret of your great strength. See how to play this role now? Tell me the secret of your great strength and how you can be tied up and subdued. See, he was in love with her. She was in love with her own arrangement. I think she knew what I Am My Life Coach was. Like, look, I got to make a smart decision for my future. I ain't hating on her. She knew what she wanted. He did not know. He wanted to do what God wanted him to do, but he was hurt. He was damaged. He was bruised already. He lost his father-in-law. He lost his wife. You know, I just tried to be with somebody who didn't work. Then I get with you. You got potential. But guess what? You got a plan before I got there. And so you got cousins and brothers and them. You got mouths to feed. You got family and all. And you don't care nothing about my little heart. It's all about you. So listen to Delilah as we study her and as I close this thing. She says, tell me your great secrets and how somebody can subdue. So listen, Samson. Samson answered her. If anyone ties me up, right, 7 bowstrings that have not been dried, I'll become weak as any other man. Stop. Very important, women. You see, a strong man is only created by God. Strength comes by being in God. He said, but if you tear me down and put these little strings on me, I will be weak as any other man. This should be your first indicator that you have really dated some weak men, right? He just said, I'm stronger than any other man you ever dated. Now, some of you might be like, what makes you think that? You see, because you're so busy trying to protect your past that you ain't listening to understand that your future is right here looking at your eyes. You see, we want to read about a miracle, but we don't want to experience one. We want to sit here and look and see something wrote down as a miracle, but when one is sitting in your face, you don't know how to react to it, right? He just said, I'll become weak as any other man. Let me explain something to you. Some of you really have it all together. Your days of being at the bottom is already done. You done already took every kick that you needed to be given to you. You already learned your lesson. You just waiting for your time. You just waiting for your crossover. You just waiting for the transformation to take place, right? But if you keep dealing with weak men, they gonna weaken your system. Well, how do they weaken your system? Because they want you to bow down and submit. They want you to break yourself down. Some of you got a title in your mind already. Come on, mental conditioning right now. Let's go. You got a title in your mind right now, and you saying, I'm stubborn, or I can be stubborn. Is you stubborn or you can be? Everybody can be something. I mean, but I'm stubborn. I know I get in my own way. You agree to everything. So the problem is with you. I get it. But some stuff you don't supposed to bow down to. Some stuff you supposed to take your stand on. Some things you supposed to ground yourself. I am my life coach. Invisible crown is on me. God done approved it. This is where I'm at. This is what it is, right? But see, if you deal with a weak man, you're going to have to sit here and constantly break yourself down. But if you talk to the God that you talk to, then maybe you will pray for that man, and that man can grow himself up. That when he grow up, then you have no choice but to look up and see who he is. But ain't no sense of me bowing down just to sit here and make you look taller than me. You see, at the end of the day, this is the self-empowerment right now. This is when things get lit. This is when things change. This is when the transformation take place right here. You can't break yourself down to make somebody else look taller. No. How about you grow yourself up, that when you grow yourself up, the maturity that's in you gives me no choice but to look up because you outgrew me. Weak men. Come on, y'all. We got to close it up. Here it come. This is the kicker right here. Here come the kicker. Y'all know I love a kicker, right? So then the rulers of the Philistines, right? Goliath, the soldiers, the guys in the neighborhoods you live in. Come, you picking me up at my house? You know good and well that man shouldn't pick you up in the where you stay at right now. You know y'all should meet somewhere else. You know they're going to break in his car. You know they're going to sit here and rob him going up to your door. You know this. You go, no, I think you should come pick me up. But you ain't plugged with the area. The area just knows you. So they give you protection for being there, but that don't protect me. Do you hear me? Come on, y'all. Let's be real. Come on, y'all. Ladies, let's go. Here it is right here. Then the rulers of the Philistines brought her to 7. They did exactly what she said. You see this controlling? Street guys, weak guys. These the weak guys doing what she said. See, some of you like controlling the man, but you controlling the weak men, the Philistine men. You controlling these type of guys, right? So guess what happens? She tied him up. Listen to this. Verse 9. With men. With men. I didn't say she was dating him. I didn't say she was doing anything with him. I didn't say she was intimate with him. But they was in her DM. They was in her friend's favorite 5 on her phone. They talk on a regular basis. Men hidden in the room. In what room? In the room of Let me think about this. In the room of situations. When I got a situation, I just called on him. You know what I mean? He helped me out. They was waiting in the room. She called to him, Samson, the Philistines are upon you, right? Samson jumped up. He snapped that little stuff up off of him. Strong, know who he is. Come on, confidence. But I ain't here to empower the man right now. But she should have saw what he was able to do. You see, a Proverbs 31 woman, I'm going to break that next week. That's a spirit. Delilah did not have the spirit of God. She didn't have the spirit of understanding that it don't have to happen like this. You just sold out your whole future, your whole potential. You just sold your life partner. You get what I'm saying? You just sold human capital for some Chanel bag, some Louis V boots, a little belt, right? You just for a little rent, right? And a little condo, and you still on the market trying to find somebody else good, which means you're going to have to hit repeat and do it again. So now people are hitting repeat, messing up people, right? So listen to this. But he snapped that, right? When it comes to flames, right? Oh, wait. He snapped that, got free, right? He said, so when it comes close to a flame, so the secret of his strength was not discovered. Come on, y'all. See, he gave us some answers, but he didn't understand truly either. Then Delilah said to Samson, you made a fool out of me. Stop. I'm not going to lie. This would have been the first domestic case right here. Now, they ain't had domestic back then. But you're going to tell me I made a fool out of you because you was trying to entertain your wilderness people, your weak people, because you want to be strong and you want to get your money. Your money is more important than my heart. Come on, I said I loved you from the get-go. Get-go? Y'all got that? Translation. I loved you from the start. I loved you by wanting to see better, by putting myself here. Nothing can break us. Nothing can remove us. We only can go further, and God is right here laying on her lap. In this man, he don't know it. He know who he is, but at the same time, he's just here to make her better. Don't you see, when you're married two, become one, and then somehow y'all be like this and be like, man, I got my guy, right? And she rooting him on, right? Proverbs 31 coming next week. As I close, you guys, she said, you're making me a fool. Verse 11, he said, if anyone ties me up, because she wanted to know again. If anyone ties me up, I'll become weak as any other man. So verse 17, she took the rope, tied him up. Verse 13, Delilah then said to Samson, all this time you have been making a fool of me and lying to me. Sweetheart, you done lied to yourself when you told yourself that those contacts was yours, that hair was yours, your eyes was yours. You gonna tell me? You see, you got to get this. As a man, don't accuse me. Remember how they say in church, just so y'all would know this, the devil, which is ignorance, right? I taught you guys, ignorance is what the devil is an accuser. So when you don't know something, you accuse somebody else. You lying to me. No, you've been lying to you. You keep lying to you. You say you want somebody, but when somebody come that was created by God, you still did what you done. Right? But this is a setup because God was already in play right now. Listen to this. He replied. She said, you making a fool out of me. You keep lying to me. How can you be tied up? She gonna get feisty. So he said, look, take a little fabric, girl. Do this right here. It'll weaken me. While he was asleep. Stop right there. You see, this is why men sleep with one eye open, one eye closed. Because some of you sitting here, wait till he go to sleep, get his phone, put it in his face, and unlock. Come on, y'all. I just put y'all up on game. Cut all that out. Stop. That's the enemy. Stop violating things before it's time. You don't have to be private eye, CSI. There's always somebody would love to take your spot. I get to that next week too. That's with Esther, right? So listen to this. In closing, man, I'm having such a great time, you guys. Welcome to the Mighty Monday Meltdown. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm your host, Adonis D. Johnson. I'm the creator of I Am My Life Coach. I'm the founder of the Invisible Crown, right? The transformation coach, and your transformation starts now. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up using Delilah. Again, she asked Samson, the Philistines are upon you, right? The soldiers, right? The street guys. Let me see what he gonna do in this club. These my Henny guys. I mean, he ain't never fought people that got Henny, got a little goose in them, you know, right? Or he ain't never fought against people that got a little 1947 or 42 or whatever it's called, right? Little Tronny Tron in them, right? And guess what? He then gets up, do the same thing, right? How can you say, stop right there. You listen to me. This is good. She says, how can you say you love me, right? When you won't confide into me. Stop right there. Ladies, no gentlemen. See how you can ask somebody, how can they say they love you and then question their movement? But you see your movement. And at the same time, it wasn't about you loving me as a man. It was about you respecting me as a man. And you finna let some weak men take me out. You finna let some weak men take me out. You finna let some weak people put me down. You finna let some people from your old community, your old environment sit here and downgrade me when I came as an upgrade into your life. I makes you better. Why you think weak people came to you? Why they didn't come to me and tell me to leave you alone? Why they came and strike a deal with you, paid you to sit here and dominate me? So listen to this. You gonna say you love me, make a fool out of me 3 times? 3 times. You made a fool out of me 3 times, told me you love me. Where did that love come from? That love came at the very beginning. I just loved you for being you. I didn't know that you under this witchcraft. I didn't know you come from the pits of hell. I didn't know you ignorant to what you thought you said you wanted. You want it, but you ain't ready for it. You want a soldier, you know, that's going to give it to you. I can't give it to you, honestly. So guess what happened? With such nagging, like all men, right? Such nagging, verse 16, I'm done, right? She was nagging, right? Him to death until he was sick to death. Now, to be honest, his wife now was nagging too. And that's how she ended up passing. They killed her. The Philistines killed his wife, his family, right? If you read the story. He don't like nagging. What is nagging? You need to get yourself together. You need to grow up. You're going to be just like them. Your friends, birds of a feather flock together. You know, I saw your friend down there with them strippers. I know you be with him. I know you with them right there. I mean, if you want to be with your ex, go and be with your ex. If you want to go back to your baby mama, go back to your baby mama then, because I don't need all this. See, nagging. That's what nagging looks like. It's reminding him of his past, but he ain't said nothing about yours. So he told her everything. No, listen, razor, if you cut my head, right? Because I'm a Nazarite. Nazarite never supposed to cut their hair, right? He know his source. He know his strength. He know the creed. He know the rules. He know what goes with his community. Like, you know, to wear your hat this way, to wear your hat that way. You know colors. You know bloods. You know Crips. You know sororities. You know Kappas. You know Alphas. You know Theta. You know whatever, right? You know racism. You know how to Tatianas. You know, right? You know Ratchet when you see it, right? You know they in your family. You know some of these your friends. You know when you see it, you know. You know, okay? Even if it ain't you, you still know. And you got a little something to you too that you know too, right? Just like Ruth. So he told her everything. Because I have dedicated, listen to this, mighty man of God. I am dedicated to God from my mama's womb. You see, I knew the end in the beginning. I got purpose. You got purpose. You got to get back to your dedicated self. What you dedicated to? Can't be no money, can't be no bag, can't be no this, can't be no that. You got to find out what you dedicated to. And when Delilah saw, first time, you see, when she saw that he told her everything, you will think that would have made her fall in love. Like, wow, that really touched me. You mean tell me that you dedicated your life to God? Yeah. If that don't move you, yeah. Come on, guys. That's just the spirit talking. It's talking. And she says, when she realized, she sent word back, come back one more time. He's finna get tied up. I'm finna do this. Y'all get my money, cash that check, cash app me, cash app, send it now. It's on and popping. Cash app, I'm back home, right? I'm about to go get this body done. Cash, send me, give me my money now. Pay me. You know what? Don't no IOUs. And I'm sure it was a problem. And what happened? She cut his hair and called for them. They came and arrested him. And that was the end of him and her story. She balled out with the rest of the people. And Samson went into a bad place. And he had to think about where he was at. You guys, that concludes our time on the Mighty Monday Meltdown. Women, I hope that you are empowered by something that I said today that couldn't be said inside of the building, couldn't be said by your parents, couldn't be said by your spouse, couldn't be said by your friends. It couldn't be said. It had to be said by me. Today, I Am My Life Coach is the self-manifestation of who it is God is calling you to be. All he wants you to do is put on that invisible crown. So when you out based on your character and your attitude, that your God can be visible now. There's no need to trap somebody else up to get what you need, right? That's not trap somebody else up to get what you need, because you still need something. Right? You need something. You need something. So as I close, I like to cover us out in prayer, because I feel that prayer allows me to close myself out and be grateful to be able to serve a purpose. I'm in my purpose, but I got to go to the one who created the purpose for me, that allows for me to be amongst you today. God, I'm so grateful and thankful that you have provided, you have spoke, you allowed us to be mentally conditioned just by listening to your words, just by taking our time, just by allocating a little space from you for you. I thank you, God, that you're removing anything that's dysfunctioning out of our lives. And you also taking people out that's malfunctioning in our lives right now. Delilah, she malfunctioned. She forgot. She forgot that you are the creator. She forgot that she could have had any and everything. She could have had way more than a little silver. You know, she could have had a friend. That friend is you, Jesus. That friend is the spirit right now. With you, all things are possible. What people forget is that with you, God, you said that you sent your son. Actually, you sent your son. Let's just go ahead and call it for what it is. So that through him, we can get to you. We can have a better relationship. Even the son said the only way to the Father is through the Son, because for some of us, we needed that alternate route. For some of us, we needed another way. For some of us, we need to identify. But when you think that you are perfect, when you think that everybody else is the problem, then you start trying to find an answer for them. What if I told you that you are the problem? If you see yourself as a problem, then you'll begin to trigger something within yourself to find an answer, to find a solution right now. And right now, I hope that we understand what that solution is to be a better version of you, right? To be a better version than who you used to be right now, to level up and understand that your life, your best life is on the other side. It's ahead of you right now. God, I'm so grateful. I ask that you will seal this conversation, seal it where nobody can come against it. Nobody can pull it down. Seal it so deeply that it will root something inside of the individual that can hear the words right now, that it will birth something, that it will be fruitful in its right season. And in that season, they won't be selfish over it, because God, you put it in us so we can share it to others. That will be what we give based on the tree and how we manage the tree right now. This is the living tree right now. This tree is the living tree that you allow for us to eat off of, the living tree. We don't want to go to the tree that has evil in it, where we know right and wrong. That's another tree. We don't want to eat from that tree. We want to eat from the tree that gives life. And today we have life. We can experience that life. And it's all for your name's sake. In Jesus' name, amen. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Adonis Johnson. We logging off YouTube. Peace and blessings to everybody. I'm grateful for y'all logging on YouTube, right? So we gone. Peace out. 3, 2, 1. We done with YouTube, right?